Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Fortunate Creations. Another episode of Coffee with Kim. I'm holding my mug the wrong way, so I want to say good morning. I just microwaved this, so it's so hot. I'm going to burn my mouth. So good morning. How are you? I have so much to tell you, so much going on. First of all, how cute is my shirt? Full disclosure, it is a night shirt, but it said coffee all over it, so I had to wear it. So, okay, yesterday, wow. So, a lot of you have been asking me about the doctor. I went to the doctor, they tested me for everything they could think of, and everything came back negative. So, she thinks I just have a sinus infection and a cold. Is that even a thing anymore? Can you just normally have a regular cold? Well, apparently I can. So anyway, she pretty much said, deal with it. They called in an antibiotic for me. I gotta pick that up. I know, I should have picked it up yesterday, but I didn't. So anyway, that was the doctor. Thank you all for asking. I am feeling a lot better today. You could tell I'm still a little stuffy, but I'm getting better. What else? Oh, of course, the big news is we're looking for a winter storm to start tomorrow. Everybody's freaking out. It's upstate New York in January. We're going to get snow. So hopefully everybody just remembers how to behave in the snow. They won't. There's going to be accidents and you're going to look at them like, what are you doing? Or those people that are flying. I got 4-wheel drive. I can drive. Yeah, well, you can drive through anything, but stopping is the problem. So just because you have 4-wheel drive doesn't mean you can fly wherever you want to. Take it easy. Be safe. Relax, have a cup of coffee, and be creative. I know, I crack me up. So I went before you hear a weird noise. He's got this sneeze thing where, I don't know, they call it an ingested sneeze. So he's laying on the floor next to me. You want to see him? Say good morning. Come here, biggle boogle smuggle boogle. Oh, my baby. Oh, dearest my boy. Mwah. Say good morning, everybody. Hi, everybody. Mommy and I are snuggling. I love you. Look, he pushes when he doesn't want kisses. All right, you can go back down. I just wanted to show everybody. All right, so I had a little bit of time yesterday before my doctor's appointment. So I don't know if you remember, a while ago, I found a whole basket full of needle point sewing stuff. And I'm not a fan of needlepoint. I can't get it right. It's very tiny. So anyway, my ex-neighbor, Renee. Hi, Renee. Hi, Grace. She had texted me because she saw the video and she was like, I would definitely use that. And I said, you know what? Absolutely. Well, Renee was right on the way to the doctor's appointment. So I put everything in a bag and I tucked in one of my mugs as a surprise because I haven't seen them in so long. And I was sick. I couldn't even hug her when I saw her. That makes me mad because I'm a hugger. But anyway, I texted Renee yesterday and I said, I'm headed over your way. Where do you want me to leave this? Because she's a teacher. She's a music teacher. Her voice is amazing. But I digress. It's embarrassing doing karaoke with her because her voice is so beautiful. But anyway, which I miss, by the way. I really miss it. I'll get teary. I miss you guys. So anyway, back to my story. So I texted Renee and I said, where do you want me to leave this at your house? Because I'm going by. And she said, I'm actually home today. So I got to see her face, but I didn't get to hug her because I'm sick. And who knows, even if it's not contagious, I don't want to chance it. So I didn't. So here's a hug, Renee. Oh, I miss you so much. All right. So I dropped that off to Renee. I'm really excited to see. I asked her to put something on the Facebook page if she, when she makes something. Good coffee, but still too hot. Feels good. It's a little chilly in this room. What else? So I got a lot of stuff worked through yesterday. I finally finished straightening up the other room. I got this where it needs to be. I actually, while I was cleaning out, I found another one of my stitches. Single crochet ribbed cluster. So I'm going to have to put that on my tree. Excuse me. So I got all that done, started the laundry, changed my sheets and blankets and blah, blah, blah. I realized before I started crocheting blankets and comforters, I had a collection of blankets and comforters because I love them. If you see this moving, Stuart just came in. He won't be here long because Fritz is about to tell him he's not welcome. Not nice, Fritzy. So, so that was Stuart rubbing his face on it. But anyway, so before I was making these blankets, I was collecting the old school ones. I like the ones like Grandma used to have, the white blankets with a pattern on them, and they're heavy but thin. I don't know how to explain it, but they're so nice. It reminds me of climbing into a grandma's bed or mom's bed. You always felt safe. You always felt warm. You were always comfortable. So I collected those, and I would, get them at the thrift stores, wash them up, make sure they're, fine. I would also get them at estate sales. They were good too. But so I have a bunch of those, but I remade my bed yesterday, and oh, there's Stuart. And I realized I have 3 of my crochet blankets on there. I'm going to close my door real quick just because Mr. Fortunate is working today, and I don't want to bug him too much. So here is my calendar blanket from last year. As you can see, I'm still stuck on July. I'm very disappointed in myself, but I've got, excuse me, so many things going on. This has turned into a chore for me, so I set it aside. Set it down. I could either leave it as it is right now and finish it with July, or I can pick it up some other time when I don't have, what does that sound? Quite so many irons in the fire. So anyway, I made the bed, started the laundry. That's a whole thing. And so after I'm so sorry, my subjects jump around, but this is literally what it would be like if you were sitting having coffee with me. You just don't know what I'm coming out with next. So after the doctor's appointment, when I found out I wasn't contagious and I went to a couple thrift stores out that way. They were fun. One of them was so cluttered, like my purse was too big. I had just my purse on my shoulder and I was bumping into things. I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know what to do. So I ended up tucking my purse in the front, and I have one of those big shopping bags. I'll show you. If you don't have one, you need one. There it is. And I bring it everywhere. I mean, it fits everything. I have them lined up across the back of the Jeep where I throw stuff in. I know they do have a brand called 31, which I love. I have about 7 of them. This one is not a 31, but it's the same idea. So anyway, I had this bag, and it was like too crazy, so I gave it to the guy at the front. And anytime I found a treasure, I would bring it up to him, he'd wrap it and put it inside. So I found 4 mugs. I will be making them into the mug of the month. Hope you don't mind that I use the thrift store ones, because 1, it's a bazillion% cheaper, and 2, they're clean. I clean them first. I put them through the sterilized thing in the, I almost said microwave, in the dishwasher. So they're super clean and they're fine. I make sure they're not chipped. So let me know your thoughts on that. If you hate the idea, I'll go buy new ones. If you win, Anyway, so I went to this one. It used to be an old church. That was the one that was too crowded. So I'm walking around, and as soon as you walk in, there's toys. So many toys. So the little kid in me is like, eek. But unfortunately, there was a kid in there. So it's very inconvenient to have a kid in with the toys. I wanted to go in. But she was so cute. She was reading a book. She couldn't have been 4. She was reading a book about Biscotti. Amanda used to say scabetti, but this was biscotti. And she couldn't read yet, but she was making up the story as she looked at the pictures. I pretended I was shopping while I listened to her because it was the cutest thing ever. And she was, I think she was with her grandmother and mom, and they were busy, but she's reading this book like they were listening. Little did she know I was listening. So I was looking through, and you know me and dolls, for some reason I have this thing, and I found her. Is she not amazing? She was not wearing this. She was filthy and had on this gross dress that was filthy. And I like, to the point where I really didn't even want to touch her. She was so dirty. But I was like, you know what? She cannot be left in this store anymore. So I cleaned her. Ooh, I cleaned her a lot. I used Dawn dishwashing liquid, and I used alcohol wipes, and then I used the bleach wipes. So I got her all cleaned up. I mean, even in her ears, between her toes, she was filthy. I can't understand. I mean, unless she was trapped in a basement that had a flood, I don't understand. Like, even her eyelids, I had to get in there, even her eyelids, up her nose, which I did a good job. Okay, so anyway, this little beauty, I found her. So I brought her home. I put the clothes in the laundry. I figure I'll try to save them. But I happen to have these little things. So I dressed her up. I put little booties on her because blue were the only ones I had. And I happened to have this basket, so I just kind of set her in it. And I got her here. So she's my treasure. Her I will keep. I like her. So I found that one. Found a couple other things I'll show you in my next treasure hunt, but I wanted to show you her. She's just too cute. So then, and I got to be careful how I tell this next part of the story because I know she watches. I've already blown it. Anyway, my girlfriend Luba and I, that's her nickname, we went antiquing before Christmas a while back. We had a blast. There's this huge brick building in the town where we went, and it's 2 full floors of stuff. It was amazing. Like, she and I took forever, and I want to say at least 2 hours, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. So we were forever. As a matter of fact, we were having so much fun. This couple walked by us, and the lady said to her husband, "Why aren't we having as much fun as they are?" He didn't like that, but Luba and I cracked up. So anyway, I'm trying to see how I'm going to tell this because I'm going to ruin the surprise if I'm not careful. I don't know if you're like me, but if you have a gift for someone that you know is the coolest gift ever, you can't keep the secret. So anyway, Luba and I went to this, and we had a blast. We each bought some rings, and she loves vintage clothing. So we get up to the vintage clothes, and she's trying them on, and I love vintage toys, so I'm playing with the toys. I have to admit, some vintage toys were terrifying. Like, what is it, 1402. I'm going to put up a picture of one that was there. If I was a kid and my parents gave me that doll, I would have freaked out. I'm not kidding. So I'll put a picture of it. It's terrifying. So anyway, we were laughing and this and that. So we get up to the end. This was when Luba and I went. I just remember this. We get up to the end of the top floor, and all of a sudden the wall moves and someone walks out. She and I were like, "What?" We didn't know the door was there. So anyway, long story short, I went back there yesterday, and there was something that I wanted from last time that I got. And that's it. We're going to leave it at that. So I came home, and it was a great time. I love my treasure hunts. But then I was realizing, what the heck am I going to do with all this stuff? I don't have a lot of room. I mean, I'm looking around. Everything's everywhere. So the more I buy on treasure hunts, the more I don't want to be a hoarder. You know what I mean? It's going to come in and freak me out. I don't want it to freak me out. So I said, what can I do? 2 o'clock this morning, boom, I sit up with an idea. I'm sharing it with you right now for the first time because I haven't even shared it with anybody else. I'm starting an Etsy store. It's going to be called Fortunate Finds, and I'm going to share or sell my treasure hunt items. And I'm also going to sell some of the crochet items that I make. I don't know. It's going to be an eclectic store of vintage finds, vintage toys, dolls, crafts, or things that I make, like the sign I made for my siblings or my brother-in-law, or t-shirts that I make, or even my Be Creative mug. I think it'll be good. Why not? I mean, it's free to set it up, right? So it's going to be Fortunate Creations Fortunate Finds, spelled fortunate the same way. So I'll put the link to that so you could check it out once. I mean, it's a lot of work. I got to take pictures of everything, this and that, blah, blah, blah. You don't need to know about my complaining. So I'm going to get working on that. What time is it? It's only 9:17, so I have time. So I'm going to be working on that today, and I will put it up. Hopefully you'll go over and check it out. I don't know. Something new and exciting. Something I'm trying. I also have on Facebook, I know, so many things going on. I also have Fortunate Finds on Facebook. It's a little bit different. So what it is it's almost like a raffle. So each week I have 4 or 5 of these boards with items on it. Could be anything from household items to TVs and whatever. And you bid or you take a chance on that board. So say it's like a $200 item. You're going to pay like $5 for a chance to win that item. Something like that. And then I do a thing called Wheel of Names. It's just a free thing you can get online. Once a week, I draw the boards that are full. So each person that gets a chance gets a number. And whatever number comes up, they win that item. So you could win. I mean, some people have won. My sister won one of those lawn swings. It was $160. She paid $5. So that's another thing I have, Fortunate Finds. I'll also put a link to that. I got to start that back up. I stopped it for the holidays. But I got about 130 people on there that play. It's fun. We do it every week. I keep up with it as best as possible. And I actually learned how to do a lot of things right by watching someone else do it wrong. So I was like, okay, she does that, I'm going to do this, and shouldn't do that, so I'm going to do this. Anyway, check it out. So, Fortunate Finds on Facebook. There is a page for it. So yeah, I got a lot going on. As I'm sitting here talking to you guys, I'm like, oh my God, I got to get up and do this stuff, and I got to switch the laundry. And this is really good coffee. And I get my hair done today. Thank goodness. Look at this. Are you kidding me? Can't even take it. And the reason it's not as bad as it should be, look at, is because I used the box just before Christmas. I know I shouldn't have, but when you get to the point where you can't stand to look at yourself in the mirror, it's time. So she'll fix me up today, thank goodness. Love her. 1 o'clock. I will sit. The best part, I'm looking forward to her washing my hair. Come on, you know. You know that that's the best part. And she knows I love it, so she takes an extra. It takes an extra few minutes. But, so that's today at 1 o'clock. So, I forgot today was Friday. Mr. Fortunate was home, so I'm like, ooh, yay, weekend. And then I'm like, oh, wait, it's Friday, so he's actually working. But last night, Thursday night, I just assumed Thursday night football, because it's football. So, Jeopardy's over. And all of a sudden, the Bachelorette wedding came on, or the Bachelor gold, I don't know, whatever, the silver, whatever the old man one was. I don't watch those, but anyway, that wedding was on. So he grabs the remote. He's like, all right, what are we watching? And I'm like, well, what do you mean? What are we watching? It's football. He goes, no. Of course, I'm very excited. I'm like, wait, what? But then we really didn't know what to watch. So we're channel chasing, which I know is silly because everything's on all the time. I mean, we could just think of a show and say, I want to watch that and watch it. But sometimes you just want to mindlessly put something on and let it go. So he's scrolling through and he found, on PBS of all places, he found Neil Diamond, Thank You Australia. So it was a concert of Neil Diamond, who was my mom's absolute favorite. Like I am with Elton John, she was with Neil Diamond. So of course it brought a smile to my face right away because it's Neil Diamond. And we put it on and we enjoyed it so much. Mr. Fortunate actually pulled up his playlist on his iPad and added a bunch of songs from Neil Diamond to his playlist. I was on the couch with Fritzy, singing along, having a good time. Of course, I sounded great with this going on. But, so it actually turned into a really enjoyable night, watching old school Neil Diamond. So I did not buy the album because at least I remember you can get all the music for free. You don't have to buy an album online. Do you remember the Time Life magazine music collections? Those were good too. So yeah, we had a great night last night. That's all I got, I think. See, now my brain is just, I'm trying to think of everything I need to do. But yeah, so check out all the new stuff I got going on. It is a lot of stuff going on. And if you like the video, give me a thumbs up, give me a subscribe, share them with people, because the more you share, hopefully the more subscribers I will get. I really love having coffee with you guys every day. And I hope to see you tomorrow. And, oh yeah, don't forget to be creative. Have a great day.